I think one of the things that I particularly noticed on watching the film and in reflection of what I've done in community development over the last 5 or 6 years is that for somebody like Jane, and in this wonderful documentary, she had the skill set and the ability as an activist to get things happen because she was up against very strong forces. And it took a lot of hard work, and then she managed to get lots of people to come along with her on the journey, and it took a while, and it was important, and it's an important project in an area such as ours on the outskirts of York, where people have similar views about what they'd like to see in the area. What often doesn't happen is that people aren't listened to because they don't have the ability to marshal their own thoughts and also have the skill set to be able to deliver the sort of important civic duty that balances so it sort of balances the tensions between what political leaders want or might think they want, commercial interest, but then when they come and ask the community is not as articulate and doesn't have any money often to be able to bring in that third sort of prong of important addition to civic development. So say, for example, people might want to we've got a park which is a space or field just across the road from here, from the community centre in Tang Hall, and it's moved ownership. And people make odd comments about what they want to do, like there's a Facebook group or anything, but there isn't anybody willing to come forward to sort of say, this is what we'd like to do, I'd like to talk, and this is what other people, so the skill set of what's needed for consultation. But it also needs an element to sort of take on board what urban planning is and also what a planning process is, because people then get quite angry if they don't get what they want straight away. And often for people who are used to it, they just know that it's just part of like a step process. And then if it's really important to you that you're willing to do what's needed, in the same way that developers or councillors see things as a much more longer term project. And I think that really showed up in the film. And it shows that, like, for organisations like ours, is that it does need a voice. So it's a sort of thing that, like, for me, you asked me to be a panel member. I'm used to doing that because I come from a commercial environment and I'm used to articulating an argument. But it means that we know a lot of other big locals don't have that ability, and they can get quite angry, and it's understandable. So I suppose my question is how do we teach people about what you might call community capital, but it's basically knowing how to argue without being horrid to each other.